I want you to ask yourself this. If you was free, what would you do? If you were free, what laws would you make? If you were free, how would you think? If you were free, what would you wear? If you were free, what rules would you make? If you were free, what would you change? So I ask these questions because we want to say we're free, but we can't do anything. We can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? You know, but let me not start this off down because this is actually a beautiful thing. We are free because God created us. That's the first step of freedom. Don't let the devil don't let him get in your mind. Don't let him confuse you. He's the master of confusion. We are free people. And what placed us into bondage is when we allowed ourselves not to be free. You get what I'm saying? We defied our own father. And he's so loving. He didn't put us in bondage. He's so loving, he let someone else do it. He said, all right, y'all want to be free? It's like it's like when that child be like, I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? And the parent says, oh, you grown? All right, cool. This is what we're gonna do. You gonna move out, and you gonna see what life is without me. Quick side note: I ain't never liked coffee, but this iced coffee going ham. I ain't never liked coffee. Never liked coffee. I'm a tea person. I was raised on tea. But this coffee, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I want a quick shout out to Voice of Treason. She the one who gave me the inspiration to even start putting out videos again. Cause I'm not gonna say depressed, because I'm too happy for that. But I had lost sight of what was meaningful. I had lost sight. And as a man, whether you believe it or not, the reason why the devil keep making the whole transgender, this, that, you know what I'm saying, homosexual, with all them letters, the reason why he do that, he needs to confuse you. God only made one type. God is the author of simplicity. He make it real easy for you to understand. You get what I'm saying? If you confuse what he said, that's on you. He make it real easy up there. He make it real easy for us to understand. It's like a baby. It's ABCs. God made life ABCs. We the ones, we confused it. As you can see, you're saying what I'm saying? I'm getting the sunlight, barefoot. I'm keeping it simple. I'm trying to go back to the simplicity of things because that's how it was supposed to be. We wasn't even out here supposed to be doing all this. It's supposed to be real simple. You know what I'm saying? Real simple. But back to what I'm saying. What was I saying? Right. The devil made us confused. He confused us, and God felt a certain way about it. He said, how did my children get confused by this idiot? And you gotta not see it as a human battle. It's God. It's like chess. One piece versus the next piece, or like Redskins versus the Cowboys. That's all Earth is about. It's one versus the other, and it's up to you to pick your side. There ain't no lukewarm. You pick a side, and the thing is, there's no harm, no foul, because it's really like you can be on the Cowboys, Redskins, but at the end of the day, y'all can still have lunch together. When we all pass away, we can all chill. But it's like on earth, as we're playing this game, what side are you on? Who you cheering for? Who you rooting for? That's what it's about. I already know what time it is. But we can talk all we want to talk. It's about the doing. Are we able to do what we say we're going to do? A lot of times we're human. We talk all the time. We're going to do the, and nothing gets done. This is the ultimate, this is the ultimate, what do I call it? This is the ultimate definition of are you going to really put in that work that you said you was? This is the ultimate definition of are you going to walk the walk because you can talk it? What's up, man? Yeah, yeah, yes. And also, it's just sunny. It's so beautiful out here. I had to take advantage because it's been cold lately. Yeah, it's been exactly, exactly. Because the sun loves us. It gives us the energy. That's why I'm out here. Mm-hmm. But as I was saying, as a man, you gotta understand what your purpose is in a simplistic way. Like, why are you here? Why did man make you masculine? What does that even mean? Why did he make you male? Like, try not to see it as human. Try to see it as just mammals. What is the nature of male? Once you could break that down, just add the icing on the cake when you put it to human perspective. As a woman, what is the nature of female? What does that even mean? What is it for? Once we can get to the simplicity of things, we can understand why we are here. Because ultimately, that's what humanity is for. It's for purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, even think about a product you have in your house. What's a TV for? If it has no for, it has no purpose. A TV is for watching, right? So that's why we buy it. What's a couch for? For sitting down to get comfortable. If something had no purpose, you have no reason to have it. You get what I'm saying? So the first start to what I'm saying is why the purpose. Because if you don't got no purpose, ain't no reason for us to be talking even none of what we talking about right now. But what I'm trying to get at is how are we going to get free? Because ultimately, that's what all this, you know what I'm saying, high frequency, whatever you want to call it, woke agenda, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the terms is nowadays. I'm pretty tired of all of it. But what I'm here to say now is, understand the simplicity of things, and then you can understand the complexity of things. If you don't understand the small of why, you might as well just put a bullet to the head. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no reason to continue if you don't know why. Even like in my earlier analogy with the bad relationship or slavery, plantation. Why are plantations even made? Why were we created to be slaves from a different race of people? Once you can understand why, you can get your power back. Because it's all why the people, and like I said, if you can't understand the slavery analogy, just put it as an abusive relationship. Why do people abuse people in relationships? Why do people even be in relationships if you abuse them in the first place? It's because of necessity. So a lot of times, even if you're on the side of abuse, they're abusing you because they need you, which gives you value. It gives you worth. Typically, on the side of those that are hurt, they feel like they're worthless. But it's actually, you have all the worth because that's why they're abusing you in the first place. So that's that. Secondly, as a man, if you 20 and up, you need to figure out what you're going to do. Not even as a job. Figure out what type of man you want to be. So don't start it with, oh, I need to make money, because the women say if you ain't making 200,000, forget about that. Think about it in simplicity. Like I said, start from simple. Start with the beginning of life. When Adam first came here, he ain't had no job. He ain't had no money. That's how the world it really is. He ain't had no money. He had nothing. But God gave him purpose. He said, tend to the land, do as I say, and all things shall be good. So boom, once a man gathers his purpose, or he has a job or a finite thing to do to keep his attention going, he needs something to keep him preoccupied, basically. Once God knew that he could entertain a job, or he could actually do something, then God said, all right, and let me amp it up. I'm going to give you a woman. Why? Because you should not have to do this all alone. Everything else, because that's what people don't really understand. You got to break down what these scriptures say. Even people, you can argue all day. Oh, it's lies in it. Yeah, there's a lot of lies in it, but there's truth in everything. And you can only make a lie if you have truth. A lie wouldn't exist if there was no truth. So you got to break it down like this. If a man doesn't, there's a surplus of women out here. So most men won't understand what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying? Prior to women being here, a man's life is pretty simple because he has nothing to worry about. Women, whenever you hear the word woman, just add the word responsibility to it, because that's what a woman is. She's a source of responsibility. Basically, you're taking care of another thing. That's why most men right now are doing the whole, what they call a mocktail or passport. It's like, basically, I don't want to be responsible for another entity that thinks she's equal. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're equal to me, why do I need to take care of you? That's the difference. Like I said, the devil is of confusion. The devil is what made the woman say that I'm equal to you, right? And now we in a generation of feminism, this, that. They want to be equal, but they also still want to be treated like women. This is the wrong generation. This is the generation this is the end. Like I said, it's the end of the old world. It's the end of the plantation. You got to start it off. We're at what they call a clean slate. We're at a point where it's a clean slate. We can choose. We can choose. You know what I'm saying? We can choose. We can choose. So for the men, like I said, I'm gonna give advice to both parties. For the men, first ask yourself: do I want added responsibility? If you don't commit. I don't care how immature it sounds. Don't commit if you're not ready. Still, you know what I'm saying? Fuck around if you want to, but don't commit. Eventually, God will put it in you. He will turn off the fuck around and make you commit. Because if you can have sex, you can have a baby. If you can have a baby, then you can commit to a woman. If you can commit to a woman, you can take care of all of it. The main reason why we don't understand how to care for things is because we are led by the devil. The devil will give you a false reality of what this is. You get what I'm saying? God will teach you how to work for things. He will teach you how to care for things. He will teach you how to appreciate things. He will teach you how to love things. The devil will say, oh, you know what I'm saying? Here, take this for free. The devil is a scammer. Basically, he's a cheater and a scammer. He will destroy you. He will give you shortcuts. He'll give you, you know what I'm saying? Basically, think of it like a hustler. The devil's a hustler. All right. Think about it like the drug game. I'm going to front you I'm gonna front you 100. I'm gonna front you 1 million, but I want interest on that. I want this on that. That's what the devil is. I'll give you this quick, but as quick as you get it, not only do I want interest, you're bound to me. God don't work that way. So like I said, for an easy way to understand this, anything that God will give you, there's gonna be work attached to it. Nothing that God give you is for free, but everything God give you will be abundant. So I think that's enough for the men. Basically, in a recap, as a man, once you get to a man's level, once you pass puberty, you get to your 20s. The world don't care about you, especially if you're melanated. So just understand that from the jump. You know what I'm saying? The world don't care. So you have to learn how to have self-care. Care for yourself because you know that God made you. Understand that God is the ultimate concept of love and compassion and care. So if you created of God, how could you not be cared for? Because it's not a physical thing no more. Once you understand God's purpose, it becomes spiritual. Everything becomes spiritual. Even this bee that keep flying around me, he like the vibes. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I was saying, you probably want a donut. You know what I'm saying? For real. I had bought some donuts. I put in the description, I said, give me strawberry donuts with the strawberries on it. They gave me 1 strawberry donut. So y'all want to listen to me? All right. So like I said, let's recap. As a man, have a job. Even if it's just, you know what I'm saying, a lower job. Have something that allows you to understand the nature of responsibility. 2, only get more responsibility when you're ready for it. Otherwise, you'll have anxiety attacks. And then you feel like it's not worth it. 3, pussy is not everything. It is a good feeling, but it's more so what can a woman offer you that has nothing to do with her body. That's the true essence of a woman. The sexual organ is just a manifestation of what she is. You know what I'm saying? She is the intaker. She's the receiver. But beyond that, God prepares you for things. So when he gives you jobs, when he allows you to do things, he's preparing you for the next step. So like once you can pass level 1, he'll give you level 2. Once you can pass level 2, he'll give you level 3, so on and so forth. Now, for the women out here, I'm not a woman. So I'm not gonna really go and tell y'all what to do because that's God's will and that's another woman's will if she cares to do it. Now, as a woman, once you get to the point where you're an adult, like young lady or in the 20s basically, you need to already know, because your job really is nothing to do with a man's job. You don't have to tend the land. You don't have to, none of the work you have to really do because that's his job. That's how God do it. He gives you certain job sets as a gender, and then you just for your whole lifespan. That's how you do it. So as a woman, you need to understand first. Do you even want to be a helping hand? Because if you don't want to help a man, you don't need no man. Just keep it a buck. If you don't want to assist a man, you don't need a man. It'd be most difficult for those that don't have father figures or male figures in their life that they could speak to, understand, and know how to communicate to. But for those that do have father figures, grandpas, uncles, this, that, and have a better understanding, what I'm saying won't be much to understand. So first, ask yourself, am I ready to, first, do I know myself enough as a young lady to even be entertaining myself with a man? Because just like I said before, a woman is responsibility. That's the whole essence of her. If you're not ready for a woman, don't have one. Don't have one, or don't take it serious until you're ready. As for a woman, it's the flip side. If you're not ready for a man, if you're not ready to serve someone, then don't have a man. You know what I'm saying? And it's different because a woman's nature is for servitude for man. See, her nature is to serve man. Man's nature is to serve God. If man has no God in him, he won't be able to do much. You know what I'm saying? So we just see it as hierarchy. So continuing, if you don't know how to take direction, you don't need no man. If you don't know how to serve, you don't need no man. If you naturally have a desire to talk back, you don't need no man. Basically, if you have Lilithian energy, and if you don't know what that means, Google it. There was Eden and there was Lilith. I'll go do another video on that. But Lilith was naturally defiant because she thought she was equal to Adam, which she was. But as you know, that didn't go so well for her, and she mad. So if you're not ready to, and I'm not saying this in a way like, oh, you gotta bow down, because the only one we ultimately bow down to is God. That's it. Man is just a representation of God. So is woman, but she's the feminine representation. So if you have issues, if you have defiant natures, you don't need no man. If you have if you have an inability to if you have an inability to abide by law, you don't need no man. If you don't have a loving heart, you don't need no man. If you're weak, if you're weak to the words of man, you don't need no man, because you need discernment as a woman. You need a natural discernment, a natural intuition. Because depending on the man you get, it's literally like serving a God. If you don't know right or wrong in your own spirit, he can tell you to do anything. Mind you, you're gonna do it anyway because you're naturally submissive to him. But if you don't have a mind of your own or reference points, like I said, every woman initially needs male representation or references, so she won't get fooled around by the man that she's dating. So if she don't got a father figure, uncle, grandpa, great grandpa, it's gonna be very difficult to understand how to move when she encounters a man, because that's really what a man is. All a man is daddy 2.0. So when a woman falls for a man, she's basically giving him the father role of her, no matter how old she is. It don't matter. So I'm about to make another part to this, because this is kind of all around the world, with the what I'm saying, because it's just a lot of thoughts coming out, because I didn't initially come here with a point. There was points, and also it's sunny, so I'm just out here, talking. But take in what I said. And if it don't make sense to you, it is just not meant to make sense to you yet. But take in what I said, because we're in a new world and we're going back to the basics. And no one wants to admit that. We think we're going into the future, talking about robots, this, that. No, we're actually going back into the past, because there is no real future. It's just a resurgence of the past, but done right, like a reset. We're going back to do it right this time, because we did it wrong so many other times. So let's do it right this time.